Shalom, shalom, call halal, Yahal Bashim, Yahweh Bashim, Makakadas. Double honors to the apostles at the great millstone. Salutations to the elect throughout the four corners of the earth. What I want to break down today, going into Eve. Just got off the phone dealing with customer service. This Egyptian woman. Because I asked where she's from. You know, catching a little hell here and there, but nothing too severe. And she asked me as she was helping me with like little documents and shit, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "What?" Because it came out of nowhere. And I'm like, "Am I okay?" She's like, "Yeah, are you okay?" But it was like very soft, feminine. Are you okay? Now, it's not even, she's no psychiatrist. She's not a therapist. Why the fuck would she care if I'm okay outside of what I'm calling for one? So that shows genuine, right? That she's genuine. But my voice is the same. I got a little phlegm in my voice, due to the allergies, the weather changing. But for her to say, "Are you okay?" It fucked me up. And I'm like, yo, what makes you say that? And she said, "Oh, I could just hear it in your voice." And I'm like, oh, shit. Then immediately I thought of the movie. Y'all got to see this movie. It's called No Country for Old Men with Tommy Lee. Wonderful movie. I watched that movie like 5 times. It was a part in that... Salakia. It was a part in that movie where, going towards the end, he sent his wife to Texas and he called her. Now he getting hunted by the serial killer. He got shot, so he's a little injured. He called her on the phone and he was like, he only said like 2, no lie, he asked her like a couple questions. She answered the questions and she was like, "You heard, ain't ya?" Because she was some old country woman. She was like, "You heard, ain't ya?" And he was like, "Why you say that?" And she was like, "Oh, okay." She was like, I got my tablet here to pull out some edification. She was like, "I can hear it in your voice." And he paused for a little bit, but then he kept talking because that kind of fucked him up because he swore his voice was regular. Would show you the power of feminine women. And if you lived in America and your ass ain't 70 years old, you never seen a feminine woman unless you left the country. Think about that. You never seen, or we never seen, soft, delicate, real feminine women. We seen bitches try to act like that. Hell yeah. Till they get you where they want you and stab your ass in the back. Or you give them a shot of liquor and you see their demons come out. One thing I notice about real feminine, we're going to get into a couple of pointers right here. I'm going to try not to jump too much. Real feminine women are not opinionated. They not say they won't have something to say, but they're not opinionated to the point where they always got something to say or voicing their opinion. I notice. Right. So, and they always trying to tend to your needs. And I asked her, like, wow, where you from? That's how I knew she was from Egypt, because I'm like, what the fuck? Maybe I need to get me a fucking passport and go the fuck over there, because I'm like, where the hell you from? She like, well, I'm from Egypt. I live in the U.S. though. But I'm like, shit. She started laughing, but I'm like, I couldn't try to push up on them. Right now, for me, is no woman for me at all. I don't give a fuck if they're good, bad, unless it's Judith coming through, right? As far as dating and commitment, right? But I was just amazed. Salakia. Like I said, I got a lot of phlegm, mucus, and weather switch and allergies, but the videos still have to get done. Right? So I was thinking, wow, the gift of empathy. Now, empathy is the ability to feel what someone else is feeling. Right? Men don't have that. A man got very little empathy, right? Men could be like, damn, I feel sorry for you. But he don't really feel. He just think logically. A man think logically like, oh man, that's fucked up, damn. I hope I put up some prayers for you. I hope you be okay. That's it. Or if you get hurt, and your friend, your best friend, that's a man, he said, "Oh man, damn," because he hate to see you hurt. But unless he been through that, then the man says like, "I know exactly how you feel," right? He be like, "Yo, I lost my son." Or my wife had a stillborn. I know exactly how you feel. But he still don't have the gift of empathy on the level a woman have a gift of empathy. She could watch Oprah and see a show on a husband beating his wife. And she watched that show. She don't know this woman from a can of scratch. She never been beat on. She don't even know people in her family that been beat on. She watched that show and she taps into that woman's feelings and she becomes that woman. Ain't that something? She becomes that woman. And then she start crying like that woman. Or sometimes, if it's someone she do know, she's able to become that woman by tapping into her feelings. And she might wild out. Like Eve. Eve got a song called Love is Blind. And her friend was getting beat on. And Eve in the song, on the video of that song, she took a gun and shot the dude for her girl. And even though her girl didn't love the dude and didn't want to do all of that, Eve did it. Because, yeah, that was her friend she cared for, but the gift of empathy is very fucking powerful. However, the woman here in America has been so masculine. They've been so desensitized from their feminine ways they don't have the gift of empathy. It's still in them, but they ignore it, right? They don't use it for their benefit. Matter of fact, it's called, in another term, it's not fully empathy, but they call it women's intuition. Now, a woman's intuition is the ability to know what someone's thinking or feeling without any proof. And people think that's bullshit. Nah, that ain't bullshit. The Lord put that inside women to help men, not to destroy them. Oh, I think you're getting a piece of pussy. Or, I feel as though you're talking to somebody else, or, that's mainly where it comes from. Men don't always voice their problems. We are taught to hold shit in, to deal with shit, to take shit. So a lot of times men undergo a lot of stress. That's why a lot of dudes be suicidal. You don't know they suicidal till they leave a note and they dead. Because men keep a lot of shit in, they deal with a lot of shit. A lot of men don't have no one to talk to or speak to. And sometimes a friend might come around and be like, hey man, you okay? You good? Be like, yeah man, I'm good. And they can't pick it up because their empathy levels is very low. But you're a woman or a woman, this not even my woman, this customer service chick. I don't know what state she in, but through the phone, imagine if it was my woman, but through the phone, she knew it was some type of slight stress in my voice. That even if I told her, yeah, everything fine, but I didn't. I'm like, well, I'm a little stressed and overwhelmed. She was like, oh. She felt my pain. She didn't even know what it was, where it came from. She just said, oh. And I just calmed down. Remember, I'm not that overwhelmed and stressed. You know what I mean? I'm just going through little shit here and then. It's agitating. But she said, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. And I knew it was genuine because it's a customer service lady. She asked him, I'm okay. I mean, she's damn near turned into a psychologist. She possibly could get fired for that shit. Because it's a recorded line and all of that. But, it wasn't too extreme, right? And when she did that, I felt myself just calm down. And I was like, wow. We never seen feminine women. And you want to see it, don't say your fucking mama. If you 30, 40 years old, 50 years old, maybe if you 80, people up there done died and moved on. Don't say your fucking mama, your aunt. Do not say your grandmother, none of them. I don't give a fuck how you break it down. Babylon is done. You might see women with some feminine qualities, very little feminine qualities. But to straight up say, I've seen a feminine woman and experience her presence? No. Unless you came from one of them eastern countries somewhere and was over there. But and not the cities, like the rural areas, like the farms and shit. So the flip side of that, empathy, right? A woman could tap into your feelings and make you calm down. Or a woman could tap into your feelings and make you rage. And that's where a lot of women get killed. They use their gift of empathy to tap into their man's feelings, to get them to argue with them, to get them to come on the emotional level. Never get emotional with Eve, or never get into like an emotional argument with her, because you're going to lose. That's her world. And emotions kills logic. You're not going to be able to logically have that conversation if you're raging and yelling. And that's her playing field. Women have the gift to tap into you and to make you rage. Oh, you mad? You mad? And a lot of men even said, the maddest I ever been is when my wife made me mad, or a woman that I was seeing that I cared about. She made me the maddest I ever been. Not when somebody snitched on me. Not when somebody stole from me. A lot of times the maddest a man ever been was with his Eve made him mad, right? So that's the gift for empathy. I got a scripture. Can't do this lesson without no scripture. It's Sirach 26:13. The grace of a wife delighteth her husband, and her discretion fatten his bones. So it says, well, a gracious wife delighteth her husband. So the gift of empathy, I'm going to tap into that, but the gift of empathy is to help a man, to see what's going on with him, and take his stress. Basically, a woman tap into you and take your stress from you, that negative energy, and she holds on to it. And when it's time for her menstrual cycle and her bad vibes and she PMSing and all of that, she expel all of that out of her. Physically and emotionally. She tap into you, take away your stress. A good woman. And you will actually feel yourself calm down from her presence. Ain't that amazing? The Most High is bad. But a gracious wife, let's look up the word gracious. Gracious definition.
According to Wikipedia, divine grace is a theological term present in many religions.
Gracious definition.
Here's the definition of gracious: courteous, kind, and pleasant.
Courteous, kind, and pleasant. Well-mannered. Don't you know if you yell at a feminine woman like, get away from me, I told you that I'm okay, she will go in a room and cry. Then you be like, oh shit, fucking, they very fragile. They very easy to break. You gotta be very delicate with them. You know, if a feminine woman cooks for you, a real feminine woman, and you throw it away, or you're like, this shit is nasty, and you throw it in the garbage, she would go and cry. Or she might ask you, do you want me to make something else? Now, in this world, they make fun of women like that. But women like that, men become slaves to them. A man would give up his whole fucking being. He would give up traveling. He would give up motorcycles. He would give up fucking gangbanging. He would give up hanging around his friends. He would turn to a complete fucking slave for a woman like that. He just want to make her happy, and she want to make him happy. And that's ultimately what men want, but this world is fucking over with, especially in the West, right? Courteous, polite, civil, chivalrous, well-mannered. These are synonyms. Ladylike. Don't you know a lady? You never seen a lady, and don't talk about no fucking Michelle Obama. You don't know what a fucking lady is till we get to the kingdom, or you go out east, and you still might have trouble finding one. You have never seen a lady. Let me click on that. A lady. Nah, I'm going to keep going. Kindly. Mannerly. Nah, I'm going to click on it. Ladylike. Appropriate for a typical of a well-bred, decorous woman or girl. Look, we looking for the best piece of meat in the garbage can in the West. That's why I don't knock the passport bros. Hey, do your thing, because this shit got bad out here. But that's the gift of empathy, right? And where I'm gonna drop another gem on you before I leave. Where do women get this gift of empathy? It comes from their maternal instinct. You see, when a woman has a child, that baby don't start talking for a couple years. All it say, goo goo gaga, it whines and it cries, right? So the mother have to find out what's going on with that child without that child speaking back. The mother have to say, oh, he's teething. Oh, he needs his pamper change. Oh, he's hungry. Oh, he's tired. Oh, the music too loud. Oh, a mosquito bit him. He's itching. You have to find out what's wrong with that baby. Men ain't gonna do that shit. You had men that had stricken babies because they wouldn't stop crying. They couldn't figure out why they was crying, and they grabbed them and shook them and killed them. Now, I'm not promoting that, but I'm just saying that men are not nurturers. We don't have the gift of empathy on a level like that. Even if a man say it, I feel sorry for him. He don't really feel it. All he do is think. He just think it's fucked up. Oh man, that's fucked up. But he might say, I feel bad for him. Or he might say, I wouldn't want to be him because just the thought of it is terrifying. But really, you don't feel shit. Remember the saying, I'm going to hit you so hard, your mama will feel it? Because women have the gift of empathy. but it comes from their maternal instinct, and it's also used later on in life to help a man navigate through life. Think about that. A woman might tell you, I don't think your friend is being genuine with you. Matter of fact, this happened to me. I told her, man, shut the fuck up, bitch. And sure enough, motherfucker stabbed me in the back. Ephraimite I was dating told me like, yeah, that brother, man, yeah, man, that brother ain't right. That brother envy you. I couldn't see it. I thought he was sincere. I cursed her out. And you see, when you don't deal with sincere, genuine women, even when they use their gift of empathy, you're going to think they're trying to manipulate you. That comes from them doing grimy shit in the past, so you don't know how to read them even if you wanted to. So I cursed her out, man, bitch, shut the fuck up. You don't know what the fuck you talking about. And she told me like once or twice, you know, and it damn sure happened. And when it happened, you know, she didn't tease me or nothing. So kudos to her for that. Because the average, especially the nigga woman with, I told you, motherfucker, blah, blah, blah. You know, she was an Ephraimite. So, and she grew up around like, you know, men like uncles and godfathers and shit like that. So she got a lot of cousins and brothers that's males. So she could relate. She just kind of consoled me a little bit, but she wasn't that empathetic. Because I did curse her out like a couple of times behind it. But yeah, think about that. The gift of empathy has now been weaponized to tap into your feelings and to destroy you. Or to call it women's tuition to find out who you fucking with, or who you sleeping with, or who you dealing with. Not to help your ass. But it was originally for the mother to nurture her child and to help her husband navigate through life. And with that, sayonara, shalom.